SpaceX, all these different things at the same time?
It's a lot for a human brain to handle.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah. It strains my meat computer.
I mean, do you need something like that, though? Does your meat computer need more problem solving than the average one? I mean, is this something like, if you only had one thing to work on, do you think you would get bored? Or you would get distracted? Or you would not be satisfied? Like, do you need these things to be so complex and have so many of them simultaneously juggling? Because you didn't pick 3 easy ones. You picked 3 of the fucking hardest things you could ever get into. You already detailed how difficult manufacturing is. Rockets, duh. Yes. It's one of the craziest things. Like, not only that,
rocket science.
Completely innovative rockets that land. Like,
yes.
That never happened before, so you're doing that.
Right.
And then you said, you know what? We've got to save humanity. Let me go spend $44 billion on Twitter.
Man, that was expensive.
What's it worth? What do you think it was actually worth?
Everything.
Yeah, not for the market, right? I mean, like, for humans, yes, I agree with you. I mean, I really genuinely do think this, and I've said this many times publicly. I think you did humanity an immense service, and that if that didn't happen, the narrative of this country would have gone further and further down that road to the point where people would have been scared to speak their mind. And they would have been scared. And it changes the way people communicate at their jobs, which changes the way it just changes the way people, when they leave universities and they go to get jobs, the way they're allowed to communicate. And people don't like to be on the outside. They don't like to be ostracized. They don't like to be kicked out of communities. So people would adhere.
Yeah,
and they would change.
Absolutely. And people, I guess, are afraid of like being ostracized. Is like fear of being ostracized. I think is probably the biggest issue, and they're just being totally shut down.
Yeah.
You know, where you have no outlet, and you can just basically disappear, except for in-person meetings. So, yeah, it was important to have at least one social media outlet that wasn't canceling people.
What I really enjoy is reading the tweets. I guess you still have to call them tweets. Reading
posts or whatever. I don't have a good word for it, but
yeah, you can't say the X's. But reading the
all my exes live in Texas.
Reading the words, or I should say, I enjoy reading the words of people who proclaimed that they were leaving and going over to Threads.
Yeah.
That's an interesting thing about momentum. Very difficult to start a whole new social media platform. Yeah. Even one that initially got like what did Threads get? Like some crazy number of initial people signing up for it. But it just dropped off within like a couple of weeks. Now it's a fucking ghost town.
Yeah. It's like
wild.
Eerily quiet.
It's wild.
I mean, Zuck himself doesn't post. So
that's what's crazy.
You gotta use your own product.
It's interesting though because they're sneaking them in now in Instagram. They sneak
a little thread in there
because every now and then I'll see something. Oh, that's interesting, and I click on it. Oh, you motherfucker! And it opens up Threads for me.
Yeah,
like you got me because they're integrated. But
I don't use Instagram.
It's fascinating that I'm sure you don't. Why would you? If I bought X or Twitter, whatever, I wouldn't use anything else either.
Yeah, but I didn't use Instagram for a while. I mean, there was a time where I was posting on Instagram, but I found myself doing selfies, and I'm like, what the hell is wrong with me? Why am I posing with selfies to get likes? This is crazy.
Bizarre.
And I'm like, so then I was like, if you post for selfies on Twitter, that people would jump all over you.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like,
what's that's true.
Yeah, they were like, what's wrong with you?
That's so true. Yeah, people are like way more lenient on Instagram for some strange reason.
Yeah. It's like pretty pictures, basically.
Yeah.
So.
Pretty pictures and a lot of bullshit. There's a lot of weirdness that comes with Instagram, like filters. Like, I've caught grown men using filters on their pictures. It's very strange.
You know, I am concerned that like say Instagram actually leads to more unhappiness, not less. In the sense that like it just looks like everyone's like having a great time and is way better looking than they really are.
Yeah.
And so you're like, man, everyone's like good looking and having a great time, and then you sort of compare yourself to that, and like it's like, damn, I'm not as good looking, and I'm not. I seem to be sad a lot. And then you're like, man, you know, I think it could make you kind of depressed. Frankly.
Yeah, well, and also you're a grown man and you experience this. You're also very intelligent and you experience this. Imagine being a young kid.
Yeah.
Jonathan Haidt documented that in The Coddling of the American Mind. There's a direct correlation between the invention of social media and its ubiquitous use and self-harm amongst kids, particularly girls. It's really bad for girls. And they're like around 2007-ish, there's this big uptick on suicide, self-harm, depression.
Yeah. You know, people can't just like make themselves be better looking with the, there's like a limit. So.
Right. Yeah, and then surgery.
Yeah.
There's a big uptick in people getting their jaws reshaped and shit.
I mean, yeah, that's too bad. So I don't know. I think, you know, I think like they have to say like is Instagram a net happiness generator or not? I'm not sure it is.
Speaking of distorted images, have you seen the court artist's drawing of Sam Bankman-Fried?
I mean, it's almost like they lost money or something.
What the fuck happened?
It looks like it melted.
Have you seen it? I just saw it. It looks like a supermodel.
Oh, what SVF does?
Yes. The guy who drew him.
One of them I saw.
Maybe there's more than one artist.
Maybe there's more than one artist because some of those ones I saw.
One of them.
Well, unflattering.
He looked like an anime superhero.
You're joking.
No, like perfect chiseled jawline. Ridiculous. He looked like he lost 30 pounds, started working out. Look at this. Look at that.
Are you kidding?
What the fuck, man? Look at that guy on the left. That guy looks like Superman. Well, doesn't he? Look how hot that guy is.
I almost feel like it's not.
It's like Clark Kent or something.
It might be.
I feel like someone's fucking with us.
There's a few other pictures when I Googled, like, you know. Or
there's some rough pictures, though.
It seems like someone's fucking with us because that guy's handsome as fuck.
Because there's this one. That's not the same.
No, that one's terrible.
What is
that's not real. That's Satan's drawing.
But
that one right there, if that is real,